Tav X Hebrews. Purity and becoming one. That's the only way we gonna make it, fam. We got Miss Ashley in the house. What's going on, Sister Ashley? Always good to see you, Sister Ashley. Hope all is well with you. Hope all is well with the rest of you wonderful Hebrew Israelites out there. Alright? I want you to hit that like button as you come through the door. If you are not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. I know you wonderful Hebrew Israelites. I know you wonderful Hebrew Israelites. You see that thumbnail, right? You saw that thumbnail that you clicked on for this video? You see me, your brother, and then you see me surrounded by things, right? Like colors and objects. Today's live stream, all we're going to do is just have a little family get together, right? I'm not going to keep y'all too long. Every single time we get together, it doesn't necessarily have to be a Bible study or a Bible reading, even though it usually is. And of course, there's no way we can have a whole live stream and not talk about the Most High Yahweh or even read a scripture or two. But today's live stream, we're going to play a little game, okay? We're going to play a little game to test your mental ability, to test your probability for having very high level ability. I'm almost tempted to call y'all mutants, like X-Men. And anybody who knows anything about cartoons, you know, the X-Men, Marvel Comics. The X-Men were people who looked like regular people, most of them anyway, but they had uncanny ability. Depending on which kind of mutant it was, depends on their ability. Now, I know some of y'all gonna think that this is crazy, right? But to the ones who know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying is not crazy, okay? I don't even know where to start. You can start by hitting that like button on your way in the door, okay? And we're going to get started in a couple of minutes. We just like to give the family a little chance to get up in here, right? Because we need a couple of people to play this game. We need at least one person right now. See, we got two people. Sister Ashley says, hi, hope you're doing well. Sister Ashley, I cannot complain. I'm alive. I'm not crazy. Not like that. So I ain't got nothing to complain about. If I would have a complaint, I would try to say, you know what, don't complain. Go out and solve the problem. But if I did have one complaint, it would be I am fed up with the 9-to-5 slavery every day. I'm fed up with being a wage slave. I'm fed up with my captivity, with my job, my job, causing me to do back-breaking, rigorous physical labor, long days, Just been fortunate as of late. We haven't had overtime because they haven't required it. They haven't had the need for it. But you know, when you have a job, a job, you are at the need of your masters, because that's what they are. When we work these 9 to 5 jobs, that's why we gotta ask to go on lunch. That's why they tell us what time to go on lunch. Hey, where you been at? Where you been at? What do you mean where I been at? I'm right here with you. But because you didn't see me for 10 seconds, you asking where I been at? The 9 to 5 insanity. I know a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. If I had a complaint, that would be it, Sister Ashley, and I'm not going to complain about it. I'm working rigorously to solve that problem so I can escape the 9 to 5 life, so that I can take my freedom back, so that I can actually start to live life. I know we think that we live in family, but we have not lived life until we can control our own life, until we can control our time. We got mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers. Some of us got wives, husbands, children, and we barely get to see them. We barely have time to see them, even when they need us. You know why? Because we are owned and controlled by our 9 to 5 jobs. So once again, Sister Ashley, I'm fine. I'm not complaining. But if I had one complaint, it would be the 9 to 5 captivity. And I told you, instead of complaining, I will work vigorously to solve whatever my complaint is. So I'm working hard and smart to escape the 9 to 5. I'm getting out. It's not a doubt in my mind. I already made up my mind. Okay? It's nothing to think about. I'm already out for real. But here's the thing, because it starts up here in the 5D. Your mind, your thoughts is in the 5D. Our physical bodies is in the 3D. So there is a time lag between when you make up your mind that something is done. There's actually still a time lag from 5D. You got to come from 5D, travel through 4D to get to 3D, where our physical bodies reside. That's where things become tangible physically. So I already made up my mind. I'm already out of the 9 to 5 in the 5D. Already made up my mind. Okay. But the physical realm, the 3D, it takes a while to catch up, because sometimes you might have to tweak your plans. So thank Yah, the 3D is on a time lag, so that we think about something we need to tweak, we just tweak it up however we need. Capiche? So shout out to you, Sister Ashley, and anybody else out there, you want to escape the 9 to 5, link in the video description, okay? As well as in the pinned comments of this live chat. We got the brother King David in his house. King David says Tob X. Tob X to you, King David, and Tob X to all the other beloved ones out there. King David says Tob X, on my way home from captivity. June fruit fast. Yes, it is. Before I finish reading this comment from Brother King David, anybody out there, if you're watching right now, if you're listening, King David, me, and anybody else out there who wants to join us, please do the 30 days fruits only fast, 30 days fruits only challenge. We going all fruits, okay? We going all fruits, and I'm telling you, King David has done this before. I have done this before. I'm sure there's probably other people on this channel that we know of who have done this before. Speaking from experience, and I'm sure King David can tell you because he's mentioned it before. It's something about those fruits, y'all. Those fruits, for real, those fruits are the end all be all. But all of us, including myself, this goes doubly and triply for myself. I was born into a bloodthirsty lifestyle. I can't help it. Generation after generation after generation, people in my family have been eating meat, and all the way down to me. You know what I'm saying? However long this world has been here, because I don't know how long this world has been here. Maybe somebody else out there does. Me personally, I don't know how long this earth has been here, because they lie so much. But I do know that it's something about them fruits. That's what I do know. even in the messed up state that this world is in, even though the soil is not as good as it's supposed to be, it's something about the things that grow from the trees and the ground where the sun is cooking these foods. Because you don't cook fruit, you eat it raw. So for the fact that you're getting raw nutrients and it's plant based, it's been cooked with the sun. The sun comes from Yahweh. The sun got everything that you need, and it sends it into those fruits and those veggies, particularly those fruits. And when you go 30 days fruits only, it's going to change your life. You ain't never did it before, it's going to change your life. It's going to change how you think, how you feel, how you move. It's going to affect your spirit. It's going to do all kind of stuff to you. But don't take my word for it. Join us, okay? And right now, excuse me, we are getting ready to play a little game. A little game to test your abilities, okay? That's what we get ready to do, fam. A little game to test your abilities. And what we're gonna do, I know y'all seen the thumbnail, right? The thumbnail that you seen when you clicked on this video, those are the things that we're gonna use, right? I'm getting ready to give you an example in 1 second. Look, let me read this comment though. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even finish reading King David comment. Let me finish this. King David says, Tav X, on my way home from captivity. Just what we were just talking about. This 9 to 5 captivity, it gotta go. And anybody out there, you want to escape the 9 to 5 Babylonian work system, link in the I'm about to say link in the captivity. That's how much captivity is on our necks. I'm about to say link in the captivity. Did y'all hear that? Just another reason, more proof why we got to get rid of these 9 to 5 jobs, y'all. And we don't have to do these 9 to 5 jobs no more. That's the old way. That's the analog way of thinking. We live in a digital world now. Everybody does everything under the sun, and so can you. There's a million ways to make money. You're not required to go to a physical job no more like grandma and grandpa. That's the old way. When it comes to certain things, we got to switch our mindsets, y'all, when it comes to certain things. Now, when it comes to biblical things, we going the old way, the old path. But when it comes to making money, we gotta go new time thinking. We gotta go full-fledged modern day and realize we don't have to come out here and do physical work, even though many of us do. Even though I do. I do back-breaking construction work, which is another reason why I gotta get the hell out of 9 to 5 labor. Why do that when we're in the modern day and the consciousness across planet Earth has evolved, technology has evolved, when we can use our minds and change our lives. We can use our minds to make money. There's something called the internet out here now. It's the digital age. Change our thinking, change our lives. Speaking of changing our thinking, we getting ready to play a little game, okay? Now, some of you, you're going to think that this is crazy. Once again, look at me running my big black mouth. King David says, Tav X on my way home from captivity, June fruit fast, but that first week in, y'all will on my vacation, laugh out loud, not happening. Parents book the food and etc. on week road trip to LA. When I get back, it's on strength emoji. Okay, King David, going to family road trip to LA. That's what I'm talking about. You know what? I've got to make my way out to Cali at some point. I definitely do. Beloved ones, as you enter the door, tap that like button, tap the subscribe button. Be with you, King David. And for family, We're going to start the first week in June. And when King David gets back from his trip to LA, enjoy yourself, broski. Enjoy yourself. He will be joining in with us, and we all going to be fruits only, indubitably. And that fruit only, it hits different. King David knows. Shout out to King David for taking his health seriously. And remember this, health is wealth. Your health is your wealth. Because look, you can have $5 billion with a B. But if your health is not good, you can't enjoy anything in poor health. Health is wealth. And if you go 30 days of fruits, you will see and feel healthier because you will be healthier. There's some people out there, believe it or not, they never eat fruits, ever. King David says, advice, people check newly awakened video he just dropped. It's deep. Hey, good looking, King David. And I'm so glad that y'all had you share that with us because YouTube is not sending out notifications for nobody's videos. If you are somebody and you make Old Testament only content, Torah only, Tanakh only, YouTube is not sending out your notifications. I hope y'all know that. Because every person that I know who's Old Testament only that makes videos, their stuff is not getting sent out. Either somebody has to tell me they made a video, or somebody else tells me, hey, go watch such and such video, or I just stumble across it and I'll be like, I didn't know they made a video. Because YouTube is really doubling down, tripling down, y'all, on making sure to hide every Old Testament only person's video. And that's why our channels are not as big as the blood drinking channels, okay? I'm definitely gonna go over there and check out Newly Awakened's channel though. As soon as I get off this live, go get me something to eat. Sister Ashley says the comics are based on true stories. Ashley, yes they are. Ashley says, I'm sorry I haven't posted a video. I recorded one and my voice sounded very high pitched. Understandable, Ashley. Understandable. King David says, it's good, Ashley, when the time is right. That's right. Don't pressure yourself, Ashley. When the time is right, you will be able to do it. King David says, laughing emoji. Mine's be bad. I be dreaming. I'm at work. Laugh out loud. Hey, King David, I know what you mean, bro. This this stuff got to stop, man. And it's going to stop. I already made it up in my mind. I'm already free. I've already escaped. There's another life that I already have, right? Where I'm a multi-millionaire. I got a nice dwelling to live in, nice land with property, and I work with my mind and I work online businesses in the modern day era where I wake up in the morning, I go out and I drink my black coffee, no sugar, no cream, and I go for a jog or two, come home, do some exercise, and then I start studying, maybe going live 9, 10 o'clock every other day. There's a life out there where I do that. Now, physically, I haven't stepped into it yet because our physical bodies are in the 3D. But the thoughts and the feelings and emotions, that's in the 5D. And the 5D is already squared away because I made some. And that's what every one of you has the ability to do. You have to dwell in the state of the wish fulfilled. Only you know what you really want. And don't skimp on your dreams because you're going to bring your dreams into the 3D physical world by using your mind. Remember now, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. What are you thinking in your heart? And here's the thing, I can try to fool you, I can try to fool him and her, but I cannot fool the invisible world around me, quote unquote, the universe. And this ain't none of that spooky, ooh, he's talking universe. No, I'm talking real life. The universe is made up of protons, neutrons, and electrons. Protons, neutrons, and electrons. Look, when I go like this, it's probably hundreds, thousands of invisible particles called protons, neutrons, and electrons. That's what the universe is made up of. Dark matter, black matter, invisible matter. I'm waving through all of that right now, but you can't see it. That's the universe, okay? The universe can see you and it can hear you because it's alive. Some of you out there know that. Some of you out there might not understand that. But at some point you can. You can because it's real. Doesn't need to be believed. Something that just is doesn't need to be believed. Just like you are breathing right now. You don't have to believe that you're breathing. You're breathing. Whether you believe it or not, you're breathing. Same thing like what I'm telling you. The universe, aka the protons, neutrons, and electrons. And I have to break it all the way down to protons, neutrons, and electrons because we got wicked people who watch this channel who will say, see, I told you he was doing sorcery. He said the universe is alive. Many of our people, they just don't have the depth that it requires in certain areas to have understanding. What I'm talking about, this is not surface level stuff, but I know that some of you out there understand it nonetheless. And if you don't understand it today, maybe you will tomorrow. The universe can hear you and see you. Dark matter, black matter, invisible matter, protons, neutrons, and electrons. They can feel you, they can hear you, they can sense you. And when you make up something up here, your thoughts, they can read your mind. They can feel it. You know why? Because they're connected to the Wi-Fi. Protons, neutrons, and electrons are part of spiritual Wi-Fi. It's invisible. You can't see it, but you better believe it's there. Just like the breath in your lungs, you can't see it, but you know it's there. Same thing. Protons, neutrons, and electrons can hear you. When you say stuff to yourself like this, man, I'm always broke. I ain't never got enough money. The protons, neutrons, and electrons will formulate the circumstances in your life to make sure your words come true. Your words are powerful. If only you knew, beloved, how powerful your words are, you would monitor how you talk, especially to yourself. Because everything starts with self talk, everything is mental. King David says, "Mines be bad. I be like dreaming I'm at work." I've had those kind of dreams before. King David. Ashley says, "I can feel that. I know it's there." Yes. Okay, this is serious. So you can actually, not can, you do. You shape your life with your thoughts and your words. We'll be making more videos about that, y'all willing. Okay. I talked about it before, but it's very serious, and most of us overlook this because there's nobody to teach us these things. They don't want you to know this. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Are you doing your psalm meditations? Now look, we're gonna play a little game, fam. Not gonna keep you too long. Now, anybody on this live stream, we can play this game right now. To the people who watch on the playback, you can play the game as well. And we about to be at the 26-minute mark where the game actually starts. Here's the game. We got two sets, right? We got two categories that we're going to play this game in. One category is colors, and the other categories are things or shapes. Let me give you an example, okay? The color category, we have orange, we have green, we have pink, we have blue. That's the color category. We get ready to test out your ESP, extrasensory perception. That means your ability to communicate, to send communication, and to receive communication via your brain, your thoughts, without using your mouth. Basically, we're going to test your ability and minds to communicate to each other without talking. The other part of the test is the things or the shapes. You have the circle, you have a man. I want y'all to hit the like button if you haven't. You have a star, and you have a square. Okay? Now here's the thing. Look, the CIA knows about this. The CIA for years. You know these people lie about everything, right? The CIA have been testing. I don't care if they admit it to you or not. Remember who we talking about now. The CIA. Central Intelligence Agency. They're not going to admit everything to you. They're not going to admit hardly anything to you. Just know that they're there. If there is anything that can be known to humanity, the CIA prides itself on figuring it out. The CIA for years have been testing human beings for telepathy. Telepathy is when you can talk to somebody, you can say something to them, and they can say something to you, but your mouth is sealed. You're talking with your mind. Anybody ever seen the X-Men? You know Professor X, Professor Xavier, was a level 5 mutant. Different levels of mutants. He was one of the most powerful mutants. He had the ability to do telepathy. He could communicate with people through their thoughts. I'm talking to somebody out there. Okay. Now people want to make you out to be crazy when you talk about this kind of stuff, right? Check me out. I don't give a damn if niggas think I'm crazy. I know that y'all don't care if niggas think that you are crazy. You know you're not crazy, and I know I'm not crazy. But I also know this is not for everybody. Okay. But if this is for you, we can possibly see. Now, if this is for you, great. But just because you don't have these kind of abilities, it doesn't mean anything. It just means that you don't have these kind of abilities. At least you don't know you do. But the CIA has been studying humans for a while, trying to be slick about it to see, because they know that people can do these things. Certain people can do, not everybody. That's why I said this ain't for everybody. And the CIA knows that. The CIA knows that there's certain people out there who can do extraordinary things. And they want to have knowledge of you and who you are and where you are, just like in the X-Men movies. If they know people can do extraordinary things, what are they going to try to do? They're gonna try to round you up, just like the X-Men movies and cartoons. They either want you to, they want to know what you can do so they can get you to use your abilities for them. And if you don't want to use abilities for them, then they label you wicked, and then they experiment on you and maybe even try to unalive you. If you know anything about the X-Men, you already know. Okay, and the FBI and the government, CIA, they know. They're not wondering if people have telepathy. They know that there's people out there that can do it. That's why they've been testing. The government is not wondering if there's people out there who can do telekinesis. Do y'all know what telekinesis is, fam? Once again, I know somebody out there gonna think that I'm crazy, right? Do I care? Absolutely not, because I know I'm not crazy. Telekinesis is the ability to move objects without touching it. Did you hear me? Telekinesis would basically be for me to be able to pick this cup up and make it move without picking up the cup. Now you can say it's made up all you want. Sure, you can say that, but the CIA is testing people for that. There is something called ESP, extrasensory perception, meaning when, because you have ways that you perceive things with perception. You can touch it, you can feel it like that, you can see it, You can know it like that. You can hear it. Okay, those are regular ways that we perceive things. But then you got ESP, extrasensory perception. Okay, which is when I can receive your thoughts. And this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you an example. You see this right here? This says blue. Here's an example. This says blue, right? This is an example of how the game is gonna work. I'm gonna pick a card, but I'm not gonna tell you which color. I'm gonna say we doing colors right now. And we only got 4 colors, all right? These are the 4 colors: orange, green, pink, and blue. Anybody, even if you watch on the upload, on the playback, you'll be able to do this too. Because you see the 4 colors we playing with. Y'all can play along too. And everybody be honest so we can know what we working with. Because this is going to test my ability. And for the record, look, I have ESPE. I have ESP. I told you, brothers and sisters, that before. I took this so-called test, government test. And according to the government test, not my words, a government test, and they made this test years ago. They've been sneaking these kind of things in the public school system, passing it off as regular tests, but the whole time it's government testing children for these abilities. I took a test a couple of months ago. Government put together design tests to see my abilities. And according to the government, it's not a question. According to the government, I have ESP, extrasensory perception. And you know what? That makes sense to me now, knowing what I know now. Anybody been on this channel for any amount of time? I made a video called The Time a Tree Talked to Me. Did you hear me, beloved? I made a video. I went live on this channel maybe almost 2 years ago, and the name of that video was something like The Time a Tree Talked to Me. Now, listen to me now. Just like I'm talking to you, you hear my voice? I was home alone. I was getting ready to go out in these streets and do something stupid. And a tree talked to me just like I'm talking to you right now and talked me out of crashing out, as they say in today's times. Back then, they didn't use terms like crashing out, but that's what I was getting ready to do. And a literal tree, if I'm lying, I'm dying. A tree, yeah, you heard me. A tree talked to me, talked me out of crashing out, saved my life. A tree. Back then when it happened, I couldn't believe it, even though it was real. And I held that inside for decades because I knew that nobody would believe me. And they would say, man, you crazy, man. What's wrong with you, nigga? Trees don't talk. I'm here to tell you. I'm sure that trees don't talk. Not to regular everyday people, trees do not talk. Okay? I'm not trying to size myself up, to pump myself up, because I'm nobody. I'm just a regular Negro, a regular Hebrew. However, I am one of them ones who has a few special abilities, like the abilities to have conversations from trees. Now, I didn't talk back. But you know what? I take that back. I take that back. I didn't talk back like I'm talking with y'all because my mouth wasn't moving. But you know what? If I'm lying, I'm dying. I'm only realizing it as I'm talking to y'all. I was talking back to the tree with telepathy because the tree was talking to me audibly and I heard it in my mind though, but also physically. And I was talking back to the tree, but I didn't move my mouth. I was talking with my mind. And I'm only now realizing that as I'm sitting right here with y'all. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I'm not making this up. So you know what that was? I'm realizing now that tree that talked to me that day, that was ESP all the way back then, warning me, saving my life. Because had I went out and did what I was getting ready to do, I don't know what would have happened. I don't know. But at that point, I'm not going to say I didn't care because I knew I was risking it. I knew that my life could be changed forever by doing what I was getting ready to do. But I was at such a horrible point in my life at that point. I had a one-track mind because I didn't know how to cope with what I was dealing with. I had been driven into a corner, pushed into a corner, at least I felt. And there was only one way to make it right. I had to go out and do something stupid and crash out in a tree. You know what? I know that there's somebody out there, you know what? You might be saying to yourself, Mr. Real Talk, I think he might be making this one up right here. I don't know about this. You know what? One day I'm going to take y'all to that tree. I'm going to take you there. I'm going to take you there to the tree that saved my life. And it's only when I look back on it now, I realize that was ESP coming through. Extrasensory perception. Because I could perceive that that tree was talking to me. And he wasn't talking like that. That tree was talking to my mind. But I heard him loud and clear. I heard him loud and clear enough that I completely changed my plan around. I'm not making it up. I'm not making this up. And right after that ordeal, I mean, right after that ordeal, and it lasted for a couple of hours. It seemed like forever, but it lasted for a couple of hours. I was like suspended in time. It was crazy. But right after I came out of it, and I realized that that tree was talking to me and that I better listen to that tree, as soon as I came to terms with that, I got down on my knees and I prayed. Did you just hear my phone? Did you just hear that sound confirmation to let you know I'm not making this up? Right after that ordeal, when that tree talked to me, because I couldn't believe it and I knew it was from God, okay? I got down on my knees and I began to pray to the Father because I was thanking him because I knew that that was him. I kid you not. And right as I was nearing the end of my prayer, I was getting ready to end it, but I didn't have a chance to end it because the phone started ringing. And the phone started ringing with the greatest news that I had heard in a quite a long time, which coincided with that whole tree talking to me. I cannot make this up. And I know somebody out there thinks, what? He said a tree talked to him. Yeah, right. If I'm lying, I'm dying. That tree saved my life. And I'm going to take y'all to that tree at some point. Why did I give all of y'all that background though? To let you know that there are people out there, not everybody. This is not for everybody. Because trees don't talk to everybody. Most people would think that that's crazy talk. And until it happened to me, I thought it was crazy talk. I used to be ashamed and afraid to tell people that. I don't give a damn no more because I know what happened. I know it was real. And I know that, look, I got to embrace what it is. I'm not regular. I'm not a regular person. None of you are. And you got to learn to embrace that. Once again, remember X-Men, the movies? Even though you look regular, even though I look regular, nigga, you ain't regular. None of you are. And just like Professor X would tell everybody, I'm not saying I'm Professor X. I'm just a nigga. But I know a little something. You ain't regular. So stop trying to be. That was a lesson that a lot of the X-Men, the mutants, had to learn. Stop trying to fit in. You don't fit in. You didn't come to this earth to fit in. No, you didn't. If you came to this earth to fit in, you wouldn't be Yah only now, would you? You're not here to fit in, so stop trying. Be who you are. In righteousness, of course. Why did I give you all of y'all that rundown, the whole tree spill and all that? Because it's real and it really happened. Okay? And I took the test, the government test. According to the government, I got ESP. And knowing all the things that I know now, all the things that I've been through, I got some crazy stories. I got some stories that's just so crazy I'm not even going to bother telling people. At least not right now because it's too crazy. Even though I know it's true, it's going to sound like I'm making it up. So for this moment, I'm not going to go into more storytelling, but we are going to do a little test. First, we're going to do it with the colors. And it's 4 colors. Let me read these comments. King David says the earth has to be alive to talk to Yah according to Deuteronomy 30 and 19. I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day. Exactly, King David. But you know what Negroes will say? King David is wicked, y'all. King David pushing his own doctrine. King David said the earth is alive. I'm telling you, Many of our people, their senses have been killed and dulled, and they can't see anything except right on the surface. Ashley says, are psychic abilities a gift from Yah or a third eye? Here's the thing, Ashley. All power comes from Yah. All power comes from Yah, Ashley. Good comes from Yah. Evil comes from Yah. You are not to serve anybody but Yah. You're not to call on any other deity but Yah. Now, as far as psychics, right? Here's the thing. The word psychic, that's a term that the Europeans, the Westerners, the colonizers have taught us, right? Psychics. That term is not used in our holy books. So for now, let's throw the term out. Psychics, right? Psychic ability. Let's toss that out. Then let's go to our kind of writings, like the Old Testament, where we have Daniel, where we have the Hebrew boys, where we have the prophets. They're not psychics, but they have things revealed to them. They can see. They can see into the future, not on their own power. They can see because Yah shows them things. Yah will either show them things himself, or he'll send angels, aka slash messengers, to show them things, which will let them see the future, which can show them if somebody is lying to them or not, which can show them all kind of things. But the world will call it psychic. The Old Testament Torah Tanakh is no such thing as a psychic, but there are servants of Yah, and Yah does what? He reveals things to his servants, the prophets. So you see what I'm saying? No such thing as psychic ability, but there is a such thing as service of Yah who have things revealed to them, whether that's a future event, whether that's a dream that somebody had, whether that's something that somebody trying to do to you or is going to do to you, all kind of things that Yah can reveal. Not psychic revelations, prophetic revelations, dream revelations. Yah can show you what somebody else dreamed. Just like he did Daniel. God showed Daniel what the king was dreaming. And then he gave Daniel the interpretation of the dream. That's not psychic ability. That is a seer. That's what they were called in the days of old, seers. The prophets were called seers. Daniel is a prophet, a seer. So having the ability to see, that's not psychic. That's what the other people would call prophetic ability. And prophetic abilities, even though Daniel was a prophet, he was a seer that wasn't of his own ability. Yah enables us, his servants, with these miraculous abilities on his timing and on his dollar, so to speak. You know what I mean? Miss Ashley says, I'm great at psychoanalyzing. I can piece things together like a puzzle easily. Okay, and that's an ability. Not everybody has that ability. Ashley says, could PTSD cause psychic abilities? Ashley, I'm not sure about that. Ashley says, or would that be demonic? Once again, Sister Ashley, in the Old Testament Torah and the Tanakh, there's no such thing as psychic abilities, but there are servants of Yah, and Yah will do nothing, but he reveals his secrets to his servants, the prophets. Yes, not psychic, prophets. And they can see, not because they're just so great, but because they serve Yah and Yah shows them. Yah will channel things through them. He'll channel his power through them. He'll channel knowledge. He'll channel future events. He can show you things that happened in the past. Sister Ashley says, I understand. Great, Sister Ashley. Now, here we go. We get ready to do the colors, y'all. And here's the goal of this. Anybody's in here right now, if you haven't hit the like button already, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. We are getting ready to test our abilities. Now, because y'all don't have the ability to test my ability, because I'm the only one who can send out messages right now, because I'm the only one on camera. But you know what? One day we're gonna go live, right? The people who want to go live, we're gonna do it with the colors one day. We'll start off with the colors. The people who want to go live one day, we're gonna do a live and we're gonna bring multiple people on the live. So we all on camera. You guys and gals, you're gonna make yourself 4 pieces of paper and you're gonna put the same colors on it. And so we're all gonna take turns doing it. You're gonna take turns being the one who picks a card and don't let us see, and you're gonna try to tell us with your mind. So this is how it's gonna work. Give you an example. Let's say I picked blue. I'm not gonna tell you I picked blue. I'm just gonna say, hey, right now you can't see the cards, right? But I got them. I'm gonna shuffle through these cards, and then I'm gonna pick one. Let's say I picked blue, but I'm not gonna show you. I'm just gonna say I picked one, and then we gonna wait like a minute or two, and I'm gonna concentrate as hard as I can, and I'm gonna try to send out the signal to anybody who's on this live stream, even if you're watching on the playback. I'm trying to send out the signal. So I guess this game officially starting at like the 48-minute mark. In case we want to timestamp that. 48-minute mark, the game officially starts. The color is blue. I'm not gonna tell you though. I'm gonna try to tell you with my mind. King David and Ashley. Right now they say we got 4 people in here. I don't know who else is in here, but I know King David's here. I know Ashley is here. I'm gonna try to talk to King David and Ashley in my mind. And I'm gonna try to say blue, blue. Maybe I'll say the word blue. Maybe I'll think of a blue crayon. It doesn't matter. Whatever I gotta say in my mind to get them to know I'm talking about blue. Maybe I'll be thinking about blue sky, the sky. And I want the word sky to pop up in your head. What we doing is right now, think about this. Where do you think they got Wi-Fi from? Hmm? I'm talking to somebody out there. Hit that like button, by the way. Where do you think they got the concept to invent Wi-Fi from? They got it from you. Wi-Fi is how I'm able to go live right now on YouTube. It's Wi-Fi. Wireless connection. Connecting me to the internet without wires. I don't need no wires because it's Wi-Fi. Wireless connection. You can't see it, but you know it's connected. We right here on this live stream, ain't we? So you know it's connected. Wi-Fi works. You can send text messages through Wi-Fi, but you never thought about trying to talk to somebody through Wi-Fi. That's what we're attempting to do right now. I have ESP. I've taken the test. So I know that I have the ability to send out messages. I have that ability. And I have the ability to receive. Now, we get ready to test who else out there has this. Some of you out there never even thought of this. And look, you better not let somebody play with you and tell you sorcery art, witchcraft art. If you think what we doing right now is witchcraft, then don't you ever use a cell phone again. Don't you ever use a computer again. Don't you ever use an iPhone, an iPad, nothing. Don't you ever use Wi-Fi again. Because all that is a knockoff version of what we getting ready to do right now. What we getting ready to do right now is the real Wi-Fi, wireless connection. I'm not even going to talk to you. I'm going to pick the color blue, and then I'm going to say, I'm going to communicate that to you, whether I keep saying blue, 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 whether I'm thinking of a blue crayon. See, you don't know how powerful your mind is. The real computer, the real AI, the real Wi-Fi. AI is just trying to imitate you. Wi-Fi is trying to imitate you. But see, you don't even know how powerful you are. On this live stream, I'm trying to make you remember who you are. Remember what you are. Wi-Fi is vibrations and frequency. Every time you think, did you know your thought has a physical weight to it? Yes, your thought has a weight to it. Not the kind of weight like lifting weights like that. An invisible weight. Wi-Fi. But it can be detected. It's weighty enough that I can transfer my thought to somebody else, especially if I'm telling you, hey, I'm getting ready to send you something, and you be on the lookout. Look at it like a game of football. We in the parking lot in grandma's backyard throwing the football around. If I got the football right here and I'm telling you, hey, get ready, I'm about to throw you a ball. I'm not going to throw it 10, 30, 40 yards down the field. Just a little catch right here, just close range catch, maybe 5, 10 feet max. You standing there ready to catch. But here's the thing with this Wi-Fi, I can travel thousands of miles, millions of miles. You can be in Africa right now. I can be right here in the DMV, in the nation's capital of America. And I can reach you in Africa. Just like that. All we got to do is get on the same frequency. See, frequency is just like a radio station. I can be right here in my home and you can be wherever you at. If we listen to the same radio station, we're going to hear the same thing instantly. Same thing with television. Television is based off frequency too. We turn the channel 7, turn the ESPN to watch the Washington Redskins or the Commanders. We still call them the Redskins around here. They the Washington Redskins. No matter where you are in California, New York, Texas, you turn to watch that Dallas Cowboy game and Washington Redskin game. No matter what time it is, no matter what state you in, we all going to see it at the same time. Instantly. That's the same thing it is once we can actually understand that there are people out there who can do this. Now, maybe you have a good show in this game. Maybe you won't. Maybe you get a lot right. Maybe you get all of them wrong. Maybe you just be nervous. We're just testing the waters. First things first, I want to make you aware the CIA knows that people are out there who got ESP, which means they can communicate, they can send out messages and receive messages without saying a word. They know that there's people out there who got telekinesis. Telekinesis is people who can move objects without touching it with their hands. A brother came on the channel and he emailed me a couple of weeks ago, told me he's had telekinesis ever since he was a child. And he said something that used to trigger it. He said he had it from a child all the way up to modern present day. And he said the way that he discovered he had telekinesis as a child, when he would get very upset as a child, the dishes in the kitchen sink and the dish rack would start to rattle. Do you hear what I'm telling you? You don't know what kind of world you live in. Reality is stranger than fiction. They don't want you to know this. He said ever since he was a child, whenever he would get very upset, the dishes in the dish rack would start shaking vigorously. That was him doing that with his anger. He was very upset. His vibration was vibrating so strong, and he was not aware that he could do these kind of things initially. And so that's what started happening. Anybody remember the X-Men movie? There's several X-Men movies. I think this one was X-Men The Last Stand with Magneto. If anybody remembers Magneto, that's how Magneto first realized that he was Magneto. And his ability was Magneto had the ability to control metal. All metal. If he's anywhere around metal, he can control any metal he can see, he can control it. But he realized it through pain and anger. And a painful moment triggered that for him, and he got so enraged, and all the metal around him just started vibrating in his anger. That's the same thing a brother emailed me with and told me ever since he was a child, and he would get very upset. All the dishes in the dish rack would start vibrating. You can think that he's making that up if you want to, and you know what? Maybe if I had not previously had crazy experiences like trees talking to me like I'm talking to you, maybe I would have found that hard to believe too. But see, when you done seen some things yourself, it don't take as much to convince you when other people tell you, hey, I done seen some things that just they defy logic. Moving things without touching them, that defies logic. Trees talking to human beings audibly, like I'm talking to you, that defies logic. Being able to tell you that I got the color blue and you being able to hear that, that defies logic. But it does happen. But enough of me yapping about it. We getting ready to see. We getting ready to see. We have LL2 RVA in the house. Says we transmit frequency, all praises to the most high only. That's right. You're absolutely right. Human beings are nothing but one big ball of frequency. And see, we don't understand that yet. Most people, they be like, huh? Once we start to go down that road, that is the road that will help us to understand we create our own reality. But we'll talk about that another time. Shout out to LI2RVA. I think this is my first time seeing you in here, bruh. I would like to say, welcome to the channel. And how long have you been on this channel? And how did you find out about this channel, brother? Welcome. King David says, what they do in Dragon Ball Z be in a different state, speak with their mind. Hey, a treat coming. They like a year away, no phone line or nothing. That show is deep. And you know what, King David? I think later on tonight, I might go on YouTube and just watch a couple of episodes of Dragon Ball Z. You are correct. They put a lot of subliminals in there too. And it shows you how you working with energy. Like, it's deep. Li2RVA says his story sounds very similar to that new Disney series, Wonder Man. Them people know our abilities. Wonder Man. You know what? I want to see that. LO2VRA says Netflix series, Supercell also. Okay. I definitely want to check out that Wonder Man though, for sure. Li2RVA says Shalom, bro. Shalom to you, brother. And look, we get ready to play this game, right? Don't let nobody try to tell you that this is wicked. When people don't understand something, they're afraid of it. When people don't know about something, they're afraid of it. When people think, oh, this can't be true, witchcraft, there's nothing witchcrafty about frequency. The human being's body is one big frequency. But we'll talk about that at another time. Now I told y'all what it is right. I'm gonna say right now we're gonna play with the colors. I'm gonna pick a color, and then I'm gonna give y'all 2 or 3 minutes. I'm gonna try to talk to y'all mentally to tell you what color it is, and then I'm gonna say, okay, what color y'all think it is, and then y'all gonna tell me what y'all think it is, and after everybody who wants to play, after everybody says what color they think it is, then I will hold up what color it truly is to see who is right. And look, keep score. Keep score with yourself. Okay? And I guess since we got the colors, right? Here's the colors. We're gonna do it 4 times. Uriah Les, what up, Uriah Les? Always good to see you, fam. Uriah Les says, Shalom. Shalom to you, Uriah Les. And shalom to every last one of you out there. So look, since we got 4 colors and we got the other section got 4 too, we're gonna give it 4 rounds of each. We're gonna give it 4 rounds to see how you do with the colors, and then we're gonna give it 4 rounds to see how you do with the shapes. Okay? And Uriah Les, I see you just came in here. I don't know if you just came in here or how long you been in here. So this is what we doing. I'm going to see if I can communicate to everybody what color we picked. And we got 4 colors to choose from. You have orange, you have green, you have pink, you have blue. I'm going to pick one of these colors and I'm going to give you 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to try to communicate using ESP slash telepathy. I'm going to try to communicate to you by any means necessary what color that I picked. And then after 2 or 3 minutes, I'm going to say, okay, what color y'all think it is? Everybody will tell me what color y'all pick, and then I'm going to show you what it is, what color it is. All right? And we're going to do it 4 times. So I'm getting ready to pick a color. Getting ready to pick a color. Shuffling through, shuffling through, shuffling through. Okay. I have a color. I'm going to give you 2 or 3 minutes to try to see if you can hear me, if an image pops into your head or whatever. I'm going to take 2 or 3 minutes. I'm trying to talk to y'all to let you know what color I got. Good day, Sister Carol St. Clair. Good to see you, sis. Always good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. As you say, good day. And I'm going to give y'all 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to give you 2 or 3 minutes. I'm trying to talk to y'all to tell you what color I have. So y'all let me know what color y'all think it is. I'm talking to you right now. I have this color in my hand right now. I'm looking at it. Trying to say it to y'all in my mind. Spiritual Wi-Fi. We gonna give it another minute. We're gonna give it 20 more seconds. Drum roll, please. Brrrr. Drum roll, please. Are y'all ready? Are you ready? Drum roll. Brrr. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And y'all can keep score now so you can know how well you did. Bam. Orange. The oranges have it. Okay, Uriah Les said orange. Ashley said green. Li2RVA says I'm getting pink in my head. Laugh out loud. Carol St. Clair says blue. King David says orange. Okay, the oranges have it. King David says 1 point for me. And look, we're doing this, right, to test your ability. Many people out there, there's a lot of people out there who have all kind of abilities, right? But they told you that this stuff is only in the movies, so you don't know. You think that this stuff is made up. Look, you can think that this is a fluke, right? You can think that this is the fluke that King David and Uriah Les got this first one right off the bat. And look, I'm gonna tell you, Uriah Les got it immediately. I mean, soon as I said I picked the jump, she didn't waste no time. Now look, sometimes it comes sooner, sometimes it comes later. Sometimes when you're doing this, I know this with me, right? Because I play this a lot, I practice these things. Sometimes I do it with numbers. Sometimes you will be amazed once you realize that you have the ability to do something and then you take it serious and you tap in. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised. So that's one round right there. We got 3 more rounds to go. 3 more rounds to go. Dun, 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 okay, I have selected a color. I'm gonna give y'all 2 or 3 minutes. I'm gonna try to talk to you. sending it out. Sending it out to Carol St. Clair. I'm sending it out to King David. Sending it out to Uriah Less. I'm sending it out to Li2RVA. Sending it out to Sister Ashley. And anybody else that's on the playback. I'm sending it out. Sending it out. Look at me with my hand up here like I'm Professor X from the X-Men. I'm Professor X from the X-Men. I'm laughing, but I'm concentrating for real. I'm trying to send this to you, especially for those of you who don't even know that this kind of stuff is real. A lot of you out there, you can do this, but you might not even know it. Some of you going to be surprised by the results today. X-Men, can you hear me, X-Men? I'm speaking to all of the X-Men who've been scattered into all nations. Can you hear me? I am your brother, Mr. Real Talk. I'm talking to you. I have selected a color, and to all of my X-Men out there, your brother, Mr. Real Talk, I'm talking to you. I'm sending it to you. I'm looking at it. I'm using the spiritual Wi-Fi. I'm sending it to you. I'm using the telepathy. I'm using ESP. Wolverine. Are you out there, Wolverine? Storm. Storm Cyclops. Can you hear me? I'm laughing, but I'm serious, y'all. I'm going to give you 20 more seconds. 20 more seconds. Hit the like button, by the way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Are y'all ready? Everybody got their casted their lots in? Okay. King David, bam. Green is the color. King David says green. Li2RVA says blue. Sister Ashley says green. Carol St. Clair says blue. Li2RVA says laughing emoji. Uriah Lesh says green. Carol St. Clair, laughing emoji. Carol St. Clair says, what's all of the colors again? Okay, I'm about to show all the colors again. King David says 2 points. Yes, you know what? That King David got 2 points, and Uriah Lesh both got them right. And look, I gotta stop y'all right now before I show y'all all these colors again. Hey, King David and Uriah Lesh and anybody else out there watching this, there's no such thing as coincidence. Okay, there's no such thing as luck. Both of y'all got those joints right. Those your first 2 joints. You both got them right. That ain't no fluke. Now look, I don't claim to be some kind of expert or something, right? But I do know that I have ESP. And from the looks of it, it looks like both of y'all two definitely probably got it. And look, probably not just y'all two too. Also, we got to think about this. Look at it like this. Even if you do have this ability, you might get all of these wrong tonight. Even if you do get all of these wrong tonight, that doesn't mean that you don't have these abilities. That means that you never knew that it was even possible for a human being to be able to do these kind of things. So it's completely foreign to you. I liken it to the way that some of the superheroes in some of these movies, they have the ability to fly up in the sky, in the air like Superman, but they don't know that they have that ability. So for somebody to go out and say, hey man, you know you can fly? Okay, let's see if you can fly. Go out there and jump off the roof. And it ain't gonna work. They're gonna crash. Why? Because they didn't know that human beings can fly. Same thing with this game we playing right now. We're testing this game just to see where some of you are at. Okay? But just because you might get all of these wrong tonight, that don't mean that you don't have the ability to do this. We're going to do this again. This is just to introduce this to the fam. It's a fun game. And you also get to see you may have ability that you didn't know. And see, this is something that they don't want you tapping into. Because once you figure out that stuff like this is real, and it is, telepathy is real, telekinesis is real, ESP is real. How do you think Sister Uriah Less and Brother King David got these two? Luck doesn't exist. Coincidence doesn't exist. They getting this because they got ESP. But what do I know? How do I know? I got ESP. And I think that gives me a little bit of authority on the situation. And also, trees talk to me. So that makes me it makes me a little. Did you hear that sound confirmation? Enough said. I ain't got to say nothing else. The sound confirmation backed me up. Okay, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, Li2RVA says King David cooking strength emoji. Yes, he is. Li2RVA says shouts out to Uriah. Yes, she's cooking as well. Sister Carol St. Clair says laugh out loud. I'm just throwing out colors and don't even know what they are. Laughing emoji. I didn't even know what they were. Hey, it's all good, Carol St. Clair. We about to show y'all the colors again. If anybody watching at home later on the playback, y'all can play too. Just be honest and put your scores in there or write them down for yourself so you can remember. This is fun and this is a test for everybody. Sister Carol St. Clair and everybody else out there, the colors that we have to choose from are blue, orange, pink, and green. All right, let me mix them up. I haven't picked one. I haven't picked one yet, Ashley. I'm still shuffling, Ashley. Okay, I have selected a color. I'm gonna give y'all 2 or 3 minutes. I'm talking to y'all. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just talking in my mind. X-Men, are you there? X-Men, can you hear me? This is your brother, Mr. Real Talk. I know you can hear me. Focus, X-Men. Wolverine, can you hear me? I'm gonna give y'all 1 minute, 60 more seconds. 30 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, y'all, hey, fam, all I'm going to say is, I'm just going to turn it over and let y'all see. Do y'all see this? Now I got to give a little commentary on this one. You see, now it's getting deep, and y'all are seeing this. I'm sure some of y'all, whether you on the live stream or the playback, somebody out there, you're having your eyes open right now. Anybody coming in here right now, if you're just now coming in here, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, okay? And I'm sharing this with y'all. The CIA already knows this. The CIA knows that there are men and women out there who have telepathy, telekinesis, and ESP. Ain't no such thing as coincidence. Brother King David is on fire. We've done 3 tests, and King David is 3 for 3. There's no such thing as coincidence, no such thing as luck. And being as somebody, I would say I'm qualified, okay, because I have ESP. King David got ESP, and he ain't the only one. He is smoking. And also, look at this. I got to tell you this. Hey, look, shout out to Sister Ashley. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, right? Because I'm not trying to make it easy for y'all to get these, right? So sometimes even I might already have my colors selected, but I still keep going like this. Still shuffling through it, right? Because I'm still shuffling through it, but I already got my mind made up when I'm picking, right? But I'm shuffling through it because I want to throw y'all off. I don't want to make this easy. I kid you not. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Ashley. Y'all remember when Ashley blurted out? She said pink. And I hadn't even picked my card yet. This is how deep this is. I hadn't even picked my card yet, right? I'm still shuffling through these Jones, but I already made up in my mind that I'm picking pink. I'm just doing this noise. Duh. I'm doing this noise to try to throw y'all off, but in my mind, I already said I'm picking pink. Ashley blurted that out when I hadn't even selected it yet. I was like, to myself on the inside, I was like, damn. I'm like, yo, I didn't even announce the jump. I didn't even pick it because I'm still fake siphoning through these jumps like I don't know, but I already know I'm going to pick pink. Ashley said pink, and I hadn't even picked it yet. When I saw that jump on the inside, I was like, damn. I was like, you know what? What the hell? I was like, Ashley, or Ashley don't even know. Ashley, I think you got ESPE. I mean, I'm ready to call it ESPN, think about basketball, football. Ashley, I think it's safe to say more than likely you have ESP because you got that jump before I even picked it. And then I was like, well, damn, Ashley already got it even before I said I picked it. Do I keep it the same or do I switch it? I said, you know what? This really gonna be a test. I'm gonna keep it the same, even though Ashley already picked it. Because I said I hadn't picked it yet, so I kept on faking, uh, siphoning through. But I said I'm gonna keep it the same. And then I said, let me see if Ashley keep her color the same, or is she gonna switch it? Because I kept on picking. Nope. Ashley stood 10 toes down and said, pink. Something in Ashley's mind was telling her pink. And from what I can see, it was me. I was connecting to Ashley and I'm telling her pink, pink, pink. Even before I was ready to tell her pink. See, here's how deep this thing goes, y'all. Sometimes it can be just like that, even before you ready to pick. I've seen this before. I've been on the other side before when I'm picking something, and somebody, before I even say I got it, somebody said, I already got it. Or I've been on the other side where somebody else is picking something and they're trying to say it to me. And as soon as they say, okay, I got it, and within like point 0.1 seconds, I already got it. And I be right. This thing is deep, y'all. And Sister Ashley just had one of those moments where I thought she was going to back off and switch her color, but she kept it the same. Wow. LL2VR says blue. Uriah Lesh says blue. Sister Carol St. Clair says blue. King David says pink. Uriah Lesh says, I was going to say pink. Hey, y'all, and look, don't be mad at yourself for saying I was going to say, because look, I do this all the time. Because we're just now becoming aware that people even have the ability to do this. So, of course, we're not going to be pros right now. That's why we just playing a game right now. But at some point, we're going to play this game again and again and again, sharpen our skills, because you never know what we may need to use these abilities to do at some point. You don't know. You didn't even know. I didn't even know that people can do things like this. Carol St. Clair says, darn. Ashley says two. She got 2 points. Okay. We're going to do one more of the colors. One more of the colors. Okay. I have a color. I have selected a color. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. X-Men, can you hear me? Storm, are you out there, Storm? Wolverine, can you hear me? Magneto, are you out there? No, we don't have yellow, Ashley. No yellow. 30 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bada! Good, 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 green. Hit that like button, Hebrews. Shayada Yasha says blue. King David says big blue like the soda. Laughing emoji. Miss Ashley says orange. Uriah Lesh says blue. Carol St. Clair says green. Rain Nana, I'm sorry, Ran Nana says I got it. Shout out to all of y'all that been here, fam. Hit that like button. Shaya, Shayad, I'm sorry. Shayad Yasha. Shayad Yasha says I was going with green. Yeah, sometimes as we get caught up on switching our spots, I be doing that too. King David says always go with your first instinct. We naturally tap in when you feel danger and don't see it. You say, man, I'm glad I didn't go with that feeling. Yep. Facts. Okay, look, now we're going to do the last part, and it'll be 4 parts too. And then I'm going to let y'all get up out of here. Hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Whether you're on the live or the playback, did you brothers and sisters know that there were men and women out there who had telekinesis, which is the ability to move things without touching it, moving it with their mind, picking up objects, moving things? Yes, this is real. People out there have telepathy. People can communicate with people, send messages and receive messages. People have ESP. ESP, telepathy and telekinesis, falls into ESP. ESP stands for extra sensory perception. That means you can perceive things in ways that are quote unquote extra, like not normal. Like you can see something without seeing it. You can hear something without hearing it like this. You can hear it with your mind, see it with your mind. Same way I'm sending y'all these colors. I'm not saying green. I'm doing it in here. And I'm trying to throw you an invisible pass, if that makes sense. Four parts to this as well. This is the things and shapes. Okay? We got circle, a man, star, and square. I'm gonna show you again, okay? Keep the shape together. You can see we have the circle, we have a square, we have a star, and we have a man. This is a very beautiful stick figure right here, by the way. Now, same thing with the colors. I'm going to pick one, and then I'm going to try to tell you which one I have. Okay? Now, I have selected an item. I'll give you 2 minutes. Share this video and like this video. Can you hear me? You see? Got 1 more minute. Thirty seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the votes in. Okay. Da-da-da, da-da. Square. It is a square this time. Okay. We got 3 more rounds. Okay, it was square. The answer was square. Uriah Lesh got it. Okay. King David says 0 and 1. Okay. 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 I have selected. I'll give you 2 minutes. Let's go. One more minute. Thirty seconds. Brother Gabbar. What's good? Brother Gabbar says all praises to Yah and him alone. That's right. Good to see you, brother. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is it all the votes in? Get ready to put it up on the screen. Trying to give everybody a chance to get there. Bam! Circle, 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 circle. King David points up, says 100 beyond. That's right. It was a circle, y'all. So we got 2 more to do. Shout out to Brother Gabbar. Good to see you, bruh. Beyond myself, Israel. Always a pleasure to see you, bro. Right now, we got 2 more rounds to go. We are testing people's extrasensory perception. Playing a little game. Nana says, dang, that was my other choice. A lot of times that happens. We'll get caught up between 2 joints. Sometimes we might want to switch at the last second. Sometimes we might want to switch immediately. When we don't switch, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Testing extrasensory perception, Brother Gabbar. Seeing whether I can pick a shape. Like we got 2 more rounds to do, right? We got a star, a square, a man, and a circle. And we got be given like 2 minutes. And I'm not saying it, but I'm trying to speak to y'all with spiritual Wi-Fi through my mind. The same way they use these computers to communicate without wires. I'm trying to see, because the CIA and the FBI, the government, they already know that there's people out there who have telepathy, telekinesis, ESP. When it comes to the government, they're not asking, is this possible? They know it's possible. That's why they test for it. That's why people test for tuberculosis, chickenpox, because they know it exists. The government not gonna tell y'all, they're not gonna tell me, but they know. That's why they do tests. And it's not even a guess no more. They know this. Beyond myself, Israel says the question of the day: what does JC's death do for a person who walking and doing what's lawful and right? Absolutely nothing. Okay. Beyond Myself Israel says, I'm in here. Check me in, coach. Can you go over them one more time? I got you. And hey, I like you brought that up. Brother Gabar, I know you see all these demons. These demons have been all over the comment section. They're getting real angry because we destroying the world's favorite idol. The Christians are all in the comment section. They're holding on desperately, trying to get me to see, trying to get Brother Gabar to see, trying to get Brother Stephen to see, trying to get all of us to see that we're wrong. If y'all go to some of my recent shorts, last couple of days, filled with blood suckers, filled with blood drinking Christians, coming in there trying to correct me, trying to correct Brother Gabar, trying to correct all of us, telling us how we don't know nothing, how we need JC, and reading ambiguous scriptures in my comment section, and then going, who's that talking about? I'm sick of dealing with these Bammers. I know you see that, bro, because I see you in there battling with these Bammers too. Rana Nass says, fat. Shayada Yasha says, laugh out loud. Shayada Yada says, they always mad. Yes, they are. Beyond Myself, Israel says, they watching y'all only teaching, trying to cause havoc, but leaving with frustration because they can't prove nothing. Exactly. That's what they're looking to do. Sow discord amongst the brethren. Plant seeds of doubt in our mind so that we come back to the idol. There's a strong campaign to get us back over there with the idol, and they see it ain't working, so they're very upset. They pulling out all the stops, but it ain't working. Okay? 2 more rounds of this, then I'm gonna let y'all wonderful Hebrew Israelites go. I did not realize it is 7:30, y'all. What another day in captivity has been. Again, anybody looking to escape the 9 to 5 captivity, link is in the video description, baby. Here are the shapes. We got a star, we got square, we got man, and we got circle. Okay? Circle, man, square, and we got star. Okay? Hit that like button, Hebrew. Subscribe to the channel. I'm about to pick one. Cycle through these. Okay. I have selected one. I'm going to give y'all 2 minutes. Trying to talk to y'all in my mind. One more minute. Twenty seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody got Got their vote in? Okay. And the answer is drum roll, please. Brrrr. Do y'all see this? Man. Okay. Carol St. Clair says, man. Ashley says, man. Shaya Shayada Yasha says, square. I'm sorry, then Shayada Yasha says, circle. Ray Nana says, square. Brother Gabar says, man. Shayada Yasha says, star. King David says, kangaroo. The hidden card, laugh out loud. But man. King David says, one and two. Brother Gabar says, after you show all the cards, man, instantly popped in my mind. And see, Brother Gabar, this is how I know more than likely you probably got ESP too. Because with some of the people that I see that got this, myself included, all the time it doesn't happen like that, but sometimes, as soon as the person who's picking something to share, as soon as they make up their mind, or as soon as they pick something, whatever they're looking at, or get their mindset, as soon as they do it, the other person who they trying to receive it, immediately something flashes to their head. But see, we've been taught not to trust ourselves, so that's what we want to second guess and not go with the first thing that came to mind. Sometimes it's wrong, sometimes it's right. But what we all got to remember is they told us that people can't even do stuff like this, that it's only in the movies. So this is a shock to our systems, whether we realize it or not, that we're able to do these things. And many of you can do things that you wouldn't be able to believe. Like that brother who emailed me and told me ever since he was a child, he's had telekinesis. Telekinesis is the ability to be able to move things without touching them. And he said the reason how he know he had it, ever since he was a little child, whenever he would get very upset, the dishes in the kitchen and the dish rack would start shaking and vibrating. I'm telling y'all, you can think that this stuff is made up if you want. It's not. Shayada Yasha says, laugh out loud. Carol St. Clair says, finally, laughing emoji. Hey, your system just got to get warmed up to it, sis. That's all. Now we got one more round, and I'm going to have to let y'all go because we've been on here for a very long time. And I still got a lot of stuff I got to do. Another reason why I have to escape the 9 to 5 captivity. I've been slaving at work all day. And then I came home, did some other stuff, and now I'm on here with my brothers and sisters doing my real job. My real job is chopping it up with y'all only brothers and sisters and getting the word out there. We just happen to be having fellowship family time right now, playing the game, testing out our abilities. Because you never know when we might have to use abilities like these and then some. But first, you got to know what you're able to do. There's other things that we can do too. I'm sure of it. We just don't know because ain't nobody going to tell us. All right. Jeremiah 33 and verse 3. Or is it Jeremiah 3 and 33? I just remember 3:33 in Jeremiah. Ask me and I will show you. So Yada Yasha says, right. Okay, here's the last one for the night, y'all. Here's the last one for the night. And then we'll read that Jeremiah scripture that I was just telling you about. Okay, I have selected our last piece. Brother Gabar says, I know everyone have different gifts. Exactly, brother. I have selected the last piece for the night. I'm going to give y'all 2 minutes. X-Men, can you hear me, X-Men? Wolverine, are you out there? Storm, can you hear me, Storm? Jean, are you listening, Jean? One more minute. 30 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dun, 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 dun. Bam. Stars have it. Carol St. Clair says circle. Brother Gabar says star. Shayada Yasha says star. King David says superstar. Renana says star. Miss Ashley says circle. Okay. Now, look, family, that was just a little teaser, just a little test to get the blood flow cranking up, right? We're going to play that game again, just like anything basketball, football, any kind of sport, hockey, I'm sure. Okay? The more you do it, the better you get, the looser you get. Okay? This was an introduction to many people, I'm sure. And remember now, it's like being born able to fly like Superman, but nobody ever told you that you can fly. So when somebody comes to you for the first time and tell you, hey, you know how to fly, right? I'm sorry. When somebody comes to you for the first time and tell you, hey, you can fly like Superman, right? You're gonna be like, what? Man, that's only for TV. You're like, no, you actually can fly. But even though you can fly, since you ain't never flew before and nobody told you that, you go outside, jump off the roof, you're gonna come crashing to the ground, even though you can fly, because you still gotta learn. You see? So some of you out there, whether you on the live stream or the playback, you may have gotten every single one of these incorrect. That does not mean that you don't have ESP. It means that this is the first time you probably hearing about this and even considering something like this. There are people out there who can do extraordinary things. The government knows, the CIA knows, the FBI knows. That's why they're testing for it. You don't test people for tuberculosis if tuberculosis doesn't exist. If you're still wondering if tuberculosis exists, there will be no testing of it if you're not even sure if it exists. But they test for telekinesis, telepathy, and ESP. That's how I became aware that I had ESP. It's through a government test, and that was an old one that I took. I can only imagine the new stuff that they got out here now, but they package it to you like it's just a game. No, they're testing you because they know. That's their job to know. It's the CIA, Central Intelligence Agency. It's their job to watch you, to spy on you, to deceive you. Okay? Period. You can think this is a game if you want. It's not. Okay. Shayada Yasha says 1 for 4. No problem. Shayada Yasha says reps. Exactly. You got to get reps. That's all it takes. And reps is just, you got to get used to doing it. You don't know what you don't know, and you got to develop muscle memory. First, you got to realize that you have a muscle that can do something like this. And for those of you who didn't know, hopefully now somebody out there is aware of this, and we will play this game again at some point in time. King David says 2 for 2 today. I was 5 out of 3. Got a 62% rating out of 100. Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good, bro. Brother Gabal says all praises for the small taste of what is creation. to the Father Yah, forever ruler and righteous judge. That's right. Renana, I'm sorry. Renana says superpowers, fire emoji. Yes. Renana says yes. Remote viewing. Yes. Yes. I'm telling y'all, they are never going to be honest with us about who we are and what we are. C.I.A. says hallelujah. That's right. C.I.A. says the Most High gives us powers in this end times. Yes. Yes. And we're barely scraping the tip of the iceberg. Only Yah knows some of the things that we actually can do. King David says, I put my number in 62. It means divine timing, structural stability, and the faithful. Patient waiting upon God, like I say, Yah only undefeated. It knows I'm waiting on Yah crazy. Hey, yo, you cannot make this stuff up, King David. You can't make this up. Wow. Hey, King David, how can I do that? You says I put my number in 62. Hey, King David, please let all of us know how we can do that, brother, because I want to do that too. Let us know, King David. Either you can let us know in the live chat right now. You can make a community post about it, whatever. Hey, brother, we need to know that, brother. And I know there's other brothers and sisters out there that want to know that. You cannot make this up. Look at, you put your number in and look at what that says about you. That's crazy. That is crazy, bro. So Yada Yasa says, congrats, King. That's right. Miss Ashley says, thumbs up, smiling emoji. Y'all, I love each and every one of y'all out there. This has been fun. This has been uplifting, and it's been enlightening. I hope that somebody out there was edified and you have had your eyes open to a little bit more of reality. And we're only scratching the surface. Okay? We'll play this game again at some point, and you never know what else can we do. We haven't even fully figured this out yet, but we do know that we can do this. And we haven't even perfected it yet. Imagine the kind of stuff that we can do with what we just did right now if this was a skill that we have been practicing and knowing that we can do for a while. You know what happens to you when you know how to do something and you know it and your mind knows you know and then you practice it? You become lethal, okay? Carol St. Clair says, our parents used to talk to us telepathically all of the time. We comprehend them well. Yes. Yes. This is serious and it's deep. And I hope that somebody out there was edified. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Yeah. Shayada Yasa says, may the Most High continue to strengthen us. Don't forget that scripture, Jeremiah 3:33. Hey, good looking, fam. Because you know what? I definitely probably was getting ready to do that. And I definitely don't want to get up out of here without hitting y'all with that. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm just a Hebrew Israelite. I'm just a Hebrew Israelite. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Jeremiah chapter 33, verse 3. And we're going to read that out of the Yahweh Bible because that's our God, not Christ, not a dead man. We don't serve no dead man, no dead God. None of that. We don't drink spiritual blood. All you Christians in the comment sections, look, take yourself somewhere. Jeremiah 33 and 3. Call to me, and I will answer you and show you great and mighty things which you do not know. Do you hear me talking to you? from Uncle Jeremiah. Uncle Jeremiah got this from Yah speaking through him. He said, call to me, and I'm going to show you things you do not know. This ain't no surface level stuff that Uncle Jeremiah is talking about. Neither is this what we talking about right here, right now, tonight. Oh my Yahweh. I see Renana says, thank you, my brother, with the 1999 super chat. Hey, brother Renana, I thank you, brother, from the top of my heart, because you did not have to donate your hard-earned money, but you did, and for that, I thank you very much, because I know how hard it is to come upon a dollar out here in this world, in this society, and that's why I'm trying to share information with people. Okay, I'm sorry, sister. Forgive me, because these logos on here on this live, these logos are so smart. And because I don't remember seeing you in before, that's the only reason why I didn't know you was a sister. But I got it now, and it's duly noted, sis. On this live, in this corner live chat, the logos are so small when I'm looking at it, because I can't click on it. It's so small I can't really see it like that. But I got you now, Sister Renata. Sister Renata, I thank you from the top of my heart, sis, beloved sister, because as I said, I know in these days and times, earning a dollar, however it is done, they've made it very difficult for people to earn dollars. So I don't take that lightly, even if it was $1 you was donating to me. I thank you from the top of my heart. And may Yahweh and him alone bless you and yours. And may he send that blessing to you tenfold, beloved. And I hope that everybody out there was edified. Sister Renata says, I'm a sister. You know what? I like the way our sisters spell that too. Not the Sister, but you spell it Sistah. I love that. She says, laugh out loud. Sister Renata says, it's my pleasure, family. And let me ask you this, sis, because whenever we see newer people over here that we don't know from prior times, like we always curious, how did you find this channel, and how long have you been on this channel? Because YouTube hides this channel. They shadow ban the videos, they block the video, they do all kind of stuff with this channel. So I'm always surprised when I see a new brother or sister pop up, because I'll be like, yo, how did they find this channel? Because I know YouTube, they hide this channel. So I'm always shocked, but I'm always pleasantly surprised when I see the Hebrew Israelites stroll across this channel. Because y'all are the brothers, y'all are the sisters. And we are a family, even though we technically have not met each other before, not in this physical realm, but we are a family, y'all. And also, my strong belief, when Yah made us spirits, he made all of the spirits a long time ago when he made Adam and Eve. He doesn't have to send every single spirit that he creates to planet Earth all at the same time. It doesn't work like that. Every person that's ever going to live is not on the earth all at once. We come in shifts. Some people come to planet Earth and then they leave, and then other people's coming. It's a rotating door. But my strong belief, Yah made all of the spirits in the old ancient days. Now, he didn't have to send you down right away, but I believe that many of us, a lot of us, knew each other before we were born, because we did exist. Not in this physical realm, but your spirit already existed. Your spirit been alive since Adam and Eve. He made all things in the creation. You got made however long ago creation was, that's how long you've been alive. You just wasn't on planet Earth. You was in the spirit realm, but you can't remember. That part in Ecclesiastes, I can't remember what chapter, maybe chapter 3, where it talks about how it's a part in there that kind of paraphrases like you can't really remember everything. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. So Yada Yasa says yes. Hallelujah emoji. Renata says, I have been in your channel about a year ago. All praises to Yahweh and Him alone. Hallelujah. Shout out to you, Sister Renata. C.I.A. Yasha says, the Most High always reaches His people. Yes, He does. C.I.A. Yasha says, those who the message is for. Yes. C.I.A. Yasha says, Isaiah 46, 9, 10, and 11. Yes, that's one of my favorites, and I'm going to read that right now, and then I'm going to let y'all go. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, hanging out with each other, hanging out with us, because we all we got out here. And these are our middle of the week power ups to help us get through the rest of this demonic captivity. Isaiah 46, 9 to 10. Isaiah 46, 9 to 10. Remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh, and there is none else. I am Yahweh, and there is none like me. Do y'all know what none means? Verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times those things which are not yet done, saying, my counsel will stand, and I will fulfill all my plan. Excuse me, fam. I thank y'all so much. I had a great time with y'all. Siyada Yasa says, indeed, King. Brother Gabar says, all praises. I'm about to make some homemade Arnold Palmer tea. Brother, that sounds delicious. Man, I wish I had some of that right now. I'm about to go make me a smorgasbord. I'm so hungry. Carol St. Clair says, my friend's son told her that he chose her and his dad. You know what? Now that's deep right there. I have heard stories about that, and I've even heard, I haven't read it, but I've listened to it. I've heard people read from books. I want to say one of these books was like the name of remembrance or the something of a sound confirmation. And God was reading from the book, and it was saying exactly what you're saying right now. That before we came to this earth, like we did those things. We were, and the part in Ecclesiastes, I'm paraphrasing. I think it's in chapter 3, but I can't remember. It says how there's things that have went on with you and me, but we can't remember. There's no remembering these things. You know what I mean? Reality is much stranger than fiction, y'all. Much stranger than fiction. They don't want you to know what kind of reality you live in. Carl St. Clair says he told her that she and his dad looked like they were having fun. He knew his parents before he was born. He was a little boy when he told her that. Hey, I ain't got no problem believing that, because this world is nothing like what they told us. This world does not exist the way that they told you it does. Just like they're never going to be honest with us about how you shape your own reality with your mind. Your thoughts and your words can literally change your life by meditating and thinking, locking in and holding that thought for real, not letting it go, living in the state of the wish fulfilled, and standing right there and not budging and not moving. And the words that you speak, your words are vibrations and frequency. Once you say a word, like word, that vibration and frequency is just, it's out there. I said word and then I shut up. But that frequency vibration is still out there. They've been lying to us about what our words do. Your words build your life. Your emotions and your thoughts. That's why it's all of everything is cerebral. Sound confirmation. Your outer world is just the mirror of your inner world, but your outer world is on a time lag. That's why I said I'm already done with the 9 to 5. In here, in the 5D, I'm done. I'm already a millionaire. I have a wonderful home and land, and I make my money online from different ventures and businesses. But my physical world, the 3D world, is on a time lag. So now I'm just walking it out, waiting for it to catch up. That's how you build. That's how you set yourself up right there. Right here. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. I made my mind up, okay? And then I started the ball rolling. Once you get your mind made up for real and you really lock into your subconscious for real, the ball is going to start rolling. Anybody out there looking to escape the 9 to 5 rat race, link is in the video description. Bootstrap to millions. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I love all of y'all. Y'all willing, I'll see you Friday night for the live stream. I'm out. And I hope somebody was edified. And I hope you had fun. And I hope you realize that you probably can do some things that you never knew you could do. What else can you do that they ain't telling you? King David says, every time I get a number, I plug it in. What's the meaning? And it pop up. Okay, King David, you say every time I get a number, I plug it in. What's the meaning? What's the meaning a app, or do you mean you go to like Google and say what does it mean? King David says, why I leave once people start talking negative and so on, bad tendencies start to happen and start creeping up. Yes, yes, because they spoken into existence. Oh yeah, your thoughts and your words. That's how you're gonna look. That's how I'm gonna get myself out of this nine to five captivity. Started up here, and then I spoke on it. Okay, and I've really tapped into my subconscious mind. I'm living in the state of the wish fulfilled, and I'm not letting it go. Okay. C.I.A says later, Shalom, fire emoji. He's right. That's right. King David says Google and ETC Top X. Hey, King David, thank you for that, King David. We appreciate it, broski. Love you, man. And we love all of y'all out there. Shout out to King David, Shayada Yasha. Shout out to Carol St. Clair, Brother Gabar. Shout out to Renata. And thank you again from the top of my heart, sister, for that super chat. Okay. Shout out to Sister Ashley. Shout out to King David. Are we missing anybody? Shout out to Uriah Les. Shout out to LI2RVA. Anybody else that I missed out there, charge it to my mind, not my heart, because I love y'all, man. And I love y'all, women. Top X. Purity and becoming one. Catch you on the next one. I'm out.